and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes,
facts, boots,
and other stuff.
in this week's issue.
All-Star Superman Part 4. Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I'm Zach, joined as always by the mighty Meister of Kindness, Mr. Mike.
Meister of Kindness.
I know. I was trying to weave and meld those two together.
I can't hear the word Meister and not think about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No. You're thinking of Santa Claus Comes to Town. I didn't mean to actually you.
Okay.
But it's the other claymation one. Still banking Ras.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, still banking Ras, coming from a guy who is very much into. This might be something you fault me for. Those claymation Christmas specials.
Yeah.
I enjoy them.
Did you like have you ever seen the orange that sings opera on Saturday on
the annoying orange
Sesame
or
Street?
whatever?
No, on Sesame Street.
The orange that sings opera.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. But it's got a rubber band for a mouth. You ever seen that?
I have not seen that one.
It's stop motion. That's the only reason I was asking.
I do enjoy stop motion too.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill wasn't. That's
Mr. Bill.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, Mr. Bill was great.
But what you were referring to, sorry, so I don't forget, is Burgermeister Meisterburger, who is the mean mayor of the town in the Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
Which is the origin story of Santa Claus, in case you're curious.
That's true. And boy, did we need that.
I sing one of the songs from it still.
Did you know that?
1 foot in front of
Yeah. That's the dentist, right?
It's the Warlock, the Winter Warlock. There isn't a dentist.
The dentist.
Now the dentist is from Rudolph.
Rudolph.
You are mixing the two, yeah.
Because he's got the bumble where he's like doing this with his.
Okay, but that's not the dentist. That's the. It's no. Okay.
It's Persnickety Pete or whatever his name is, the guy who mines gold.
Persnickety Pete. What we have here is we are wrapping up our coverage of All-Star as a failure to communicate. I do enjoy me some Paul Newman and Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke's a great movie. Yeah.
But what we are going to cover today is part 4 and the final part of our All-Star Superman coverage. Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's masterpiece here. And
masterpiece.
I enjoy. Yeah,
wow.
I think.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's great. No, it's great. I just that's a strong word.
Okay. I think when it comes to Superman stories, it's been like.
Okay.
It's been very good. And here's the beauty of this too: is while we've covered this, you have seen the movie now twice.
I have.
I'm going to go see it a second time, probably sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
I will have seen it a second time by the time this airs. Or no, I won't. Because this might come out tomorrow. Anyway.
I'm probably going to download it and watch it in glorious 360p also.
360p in black and white on
That's
your
right.
handheld composite TV.
Yeah. No, as soon as it's available, I will watch it again.
But I just feel like there's a lot taken from this. And so like there's a lot that it gets right about Superman in this. But we are going to dive into the last 3 issues, which are issues 10, 11, and 12 of the 12-issue run here from 2008, I think is when this came out. You remember where we are for the most part?
Yeah,
if not,
for the most part, yeah. We stopped with Bizarro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he just got shot back to Earth and new
on
Kryptonians.
His weird little toy rocket.
Yeah, and the new Kryptonians had taken over, but they had gotten blood poisoning.
Yep.
And
they got sent to the Phantom Zone.
But he used them to be protectors of the Phantom Zone.
Are you proud of me for remembering all that?
I am.
Yeah, thank you.
That's right. And you remember that Lex Luthor is still sentenced to death because he killed Superman. Okay.
He has gone to prison. Yep.
He is. He's in prison. Mm-hmm. We got to see that wonderful issue. Okay. Mike is ready to go.
He's going to run on a treadmill. I remember that part.
We are about to get into 2 big things on this episode, Mike. One, I think probably the most infamous Superman panel in all of Superman panels.
Okay.
I see it all the time on Reddit, and it's for great reason, but it's a great panel.
Okay.
But we're going to get to that here in issue 10, and we are going to get to my favorite Superman panel maybe ever. But it's up there for sure in issue 12. It's something that I really love. So we got big things to get into. Let's start off with issue 10 here. And you see Superman taking a bus. And what it is here,
which is normal.
It is normal.
Yeah.
But Superman is just taking a bus and he's flying it over the pyramids there. And what it is it's all these kids from, it's like a children's hospital.
Yeah.
Like the cancer ward of like a children's hospital.
Oh, he's not taking a bus. He's carrying a bus. He's flying a bus.
Yeah, he has he's
I thought he had a pass and he was just getting on the bus.
No. Superman is like children are all on the bus, and he's flying the bus, honestly, like over the pyramids in Egypt.
I mean, granted, public transportation is important,
Yeah.
but I don't know that Superman needs to get on a bus.
No, he absolutely doesn't need to. And he's, let me close all my tabs out. I'm sorry. This is just inside baseball for us. But when I like took it full screen to be able to read it, it like wigged out on me and I couldn't read. It was like convulsing. Like
mine was doing that as well. I was trying to fix it on my side too.
Oh, great. So maybe
it's a StreamYard thing. It's not an us thing.
That's lovely. Okay. Well, then there you go. You got some inside baseball while I recorded. Yeah. I am closing all my other windows though. I had a lot open just because this computer does not need any more problems. So, but I was going to read is the nurse is sitting there and she's talking to Superman and she's just like telling him like, I've never seen them so excited. Like, thank you, Superman. God bless you. Like your visits are some all of them have to look forward to. And he's like, really, it's the least I can do. Here's the thing. The Superman that we get, again, I feel like, and I meant to download it and I didn't, but I can tell you where it's at. GQ did an interview. I say GQ. It might have been Variety. I'm pretty sure it was GQ, though. Did an interview
you said
with David
you knew.
Cornsweet. I know. With David Cornsweet, where they're talking about like all the things he went through to play Superman.
Okay.
And when he talked about the prep, he said one of the things that I was always curious, or maybe it was James Gunn, maybe it was Cornsweet did. What I was curious to figure out is how to play a guy who is like so strong and so overpowered and like still have like that human emotion and connection. And he goes, little did I know that, you know, Grant Morrison had that same exact question like 20 years earlier. And that's how he did it with, you know, All-Star Superman. Because there's stuff, and if you're really into like the behind the scenes of all this, there's a really great like behind the scenes thing where they really dive into, and Grant Morrison talks about, you know, a lot of just kind of the background with this. And his thing is like, that was everything like he would always hear of like, how can you like write compelling stories about Superman when he's like so powerful and it's just so good? And he has no turmoil, like he has no problems that, you know, to deal with. And his thing was like, no, he has the biggest things at stake and like the emotional problems, like how he relates to everybody, and how like his thing was like, there's so much more to the character than just that. And we show it very well.
Power scaling is a big question within both universes at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And so,
because we're going through that with Franklin Richards' talk now.
Oh, we are.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
And then now we're doing the Superman thing with Ultraman as well. So there's a lot of talk about power scaling and how it affects all the other characters.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. I watch YouTube videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, while he's doing this, it is, but
panel.
Superman is giving his last will and testament.
Oh boy!
I'm going to tell you, there's some great writing in this.
He needs a cigarette
in this whole thing.
That's the only thing that's missing. He needs a cigarette in his hand.
And so it's him, and he realizes that he doesn't have like a lot of time left.
Yeah.
As he's sitting there writing this,
He started to sweat.
Exactly. I'm going to kind of, you know, cover this briefly. I can't recommend enough you take the time to go and read this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing a disservice in some of it by scanning over some of it, but we just wanted to cover the story as a whole to kind of tell you, because there's a lot of stuff, if you watch the movie, you can tell just taken from the general spirit from this.
Sure.
But also there's an actual line taken from this later.
Okay.
So
it's so important it makes both of our screens pulsate.
It does.
So it's great. Yeah.
Superman has an idea as he's going through all these 12 labors that the future Superman had told him about. So he realizes that he still has things to do before he dies.
Yeah.
One of them he comes up with, remember the Kryptonians had brought up the bottle city of Kandor and how he had never changed it back.
Right.
So that's weighing on his mind. So he's decided that he's essentially...
That was Silver Age?
That was Silver Age, yeah. Or Brainiac. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was Bronze Age. Maybe it's the 70s to 80s there.
Oh, your bronze is throwing me off.
I'm sorry.
I only knew about silver and gold.
Silver and gold. It's all comes back to Rudolph. But so he sends Quintum down into Kandor to essentially, like, they shrink him down to send him in because they have a plan to kind of, like, rescue the city.
That's a brave dude that's willing to go into that tiny city that he's never been able to make big again.
But if you're Quintum too, you have to realize Superman essentially killed himself to rescue me and, like, you know,
that's true.
Everything else.
Yeah. I can get tiny for a bit.
Yeah. Superman is also pondering, like, this is how I perceive this. I may be completely off on this and somebody can correct me. But he wants to see, like, what a world would be like without a Superman then, without him in it.
Okay.
So with all the things he's collected over his journeys, he has, like, this little, for lack of a better term, like, pocket world that he is able to watch and study.
It's a wonderful Superman
like, pocket
life.
universe, how it would be if Superman didn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? And so we'll get intercut with this, with everything that's going on. We get an homage, or I would guess, yeah, that's the right word, of Superman for All Seasons. Remember where he saves the train in one of his first things there in Metropolis? You see it there. I saw some stills from some behind-the-scenes stuff. I think they shot a video of it to use but didn't for the current movie too. Also, while we're there here, remember when I told you about,
It'd be too much like Spider-Man.
Maybe a little.
You know?
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I love as Superman flies away to his next thing. He's waving at everybody, but you do see somebody on a phone call that just goes, "I got held up. No, put the phone down. Put the phone down, Reagan. Just stay in the apartment. You have to believe me. I'm on my way."
Yeah.
Like that person's on the phone rushing to something as you get like the juxtaposition of like happy Superman flying in the background waving. I'm trying to remember this. He tore the side apart. Oh, what is that looking for? Oh, there's a giant there's a guy who shows up and kidnaps I think it's Toyman. I think it is Toyman. Shows up and essentially it's like he's built a robot to...
He's got a big kaiju bot or whatever, or like a mech bot or whatever,
Yeah. Who was it, dang it? If
it almost looks
pulsating like this, it
almost looks more like Pacific Rim type stuff.
Kind of does, but essentially it's a kaiju monster robot that's been built to, grab Lois. He stops the robot, saves Lois.
Yeah. Thank God.
Exactly.
He stopped the robot.
Quantum lets them know just like...
he got taller.
Yeah. Lois lets him know after he saves, he saves her from the robot. She goes, "Oh, wait, don't fly away at Superman. You realize that I ran straight into that Microman's, that's his name, Mechanoman, sorry, into Mechanoman's warpath because it seemed like the easiest way to get your attention. Leo Quintum let me know that you're about to die, and you haven't talked to me about this at all.
Bud.
She's essentially I basically got captured because you're not talking to me about this."
Yeah.
And he's like, she goes, "We need to talk." And he's like, "I will, Lois. When I'm done, we'll talk all about this." And she goes, "Look at you. I can tell you're getting weaker." And we get cutbacks then to Quantum grown up out of from leaving Cantor.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You told her?" And he's like, "I'm sorry. It just slipped out. I didn't mean to."
Yeah.
But so we see this nice moment kind of between the two of them, and she's talking to him. He's like, they have this moment where she's like, "You can't die. I know that you'll always find a way out of this. You tell me there's always a way, so you've got to find a way." And he's like, "Yeah, I wish, but there's not. And plus, our biology, it's completely incompatible. We can never have children. And this wouldn't work."
Sure.
And she goes, "No, there's always a way. You say that. You're not going to die. You're always going to be around here." And while they're having this talk, because you can see the gray, you see Lois's, I guess, text there in black.
Yeah.
He's talking to Lois, but you see gray, and it's whispers that he hears, and it's a bunch of different things. And you hear, "Hey, watch where you're pushing. Cancel the backup, Shelley. We're going." It's all these different things. But you're going, "Reagan, oh God, I'm on my way. Don't put down the phone again," from the guy we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And that's where this is the most famous that I know of.
Yeah.
And it's Superman stopping his conversation with Lois to go stop and save a suicidal girl.
Yeah.
And his quote is perfect in this excuse me, "Your doctor really did get held up, Reagan. It's never as bad as it seems.
Yeah.
You're much stronger than you think you are.
There you go.
Me." So, sorry. It's a really great moment there.
Yeah.
Kind of just showcasing Superman as being, awesome and amazing as he is. We kind of get some discussion between all the
Are all of those Kandorians?
Kandorians. I guess
in the red.
They're
Who's in the red?
They're Kandor. Well, here's the thing. I guess they're all Kryptonians technically because it's from Krypton.
And why is that guy's crotch featured so heavily?
Because look at it.
Well,
no.
okay.
I mean, he's proud of it. No, they're like a safety squad kind of in a way. They're like the team, and they've decided that they're going to go.
We went over that, didn't we?
I don't know.
I thought it was in the last thing where they were like the squad of some kind.
No, the Superman squad was from the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
But he's like, "We understand that Superman's life in
Too many
jeopardy."
squads.
He goes, "We 5 of the Kandor Emergency Corps, there we go, have a plan to save him."
Kandor Emergency Corps.
So what they've decided is, since they're so small, we get throwbacks, like I told you, of Earth Q is what it's called, of the Earth that it's evolving, that he's monitoring without the Superman.
Right.
He's also reading down letters to something as you see him essentially like look at his genetic code. Then we see him go to visit Lex Luthor in prison, and he tells him, like, I'm dying. Like, you essentially got what you wanted.
Yeah.
He goes, 3 weeks, Lex, I challenge you. All those things you've always said that you would do, that the world would benefit from of me not being around. Like, it's not too late for you to put that brilliant mind to work.
Sure.
So, like, I know there's still some good in you. And Lex Luthor just walks up to the glass, stares at him, and just spits on the glass. And just kind of, like, stares the two of them there. And it's just a great.
I don't know what he would do without Superman, though. Like, who's he going to fight?
Well, that's the thing that I love in the movie is when Nicholas Hoult sits there and yells. He's like, "You think I'm not aware that envy consumes?" Like, that's the thing. Is like he knows about it too.
Yeah, he was a great.
Oh, he was so good.
Yeah, very good Luthor.
I do love that we see like.
And I didn't realize they had taken the Luthor from Smallville, and he was one of the Raptors.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there's a lot of local things like that.
Yeah.
Superman's working on where we go. Oh, they're out in Mars. Essentially, they release and they scale up the Kandorian city out in Mars.
Okay.
That's their plan, I'm pretty sure. Or either I can't remember if they scale it back up or they just let it kind of like exist. But it's
whatever
like
works.
Free to be its own kind of thing out there. I think they do make it bigger.
Yeah.
Superman also passes along his genetic code. That's what he was doing. He was reading off his DNA. He was like, here's how to make new Superman, as he essentially gives like Dr. Quintum the plan. This is kind of him like carrying out his last will and testament of everything here. The Kandorian Emergency Corps' plan, since they're so tiny, was to enter Superman's bloodstream and to try to fight off all the solar poison in themselves. Like maybe they can fight it back themselves. Think like Magic School Bus, but on a superhero level. The thing is they couldn't do it. Superman already knew they couldn't do it. But he was like, I was going to let y'all try just to see. But we are at a place where you guys can help that. And he's back at the kids' hospital again.
What was her name?
Who?
Miss Flubbernuts?
Miss Flubbernuts.
What's the lady's name that's in charge of the magic?
Oh, Miss Frizzle.
Oh, there we go.
But they're back at the children's hospital from earlier. And in an homage to the Silver Age story we covered, where Superman is able to shoot little tiny Superman out of his hands, he is essentially able to shoot Kandorians out to go help the kids fight cancer.
Amazing.
Yeah. This, how I perceive it was, and I could be wrong on this, and that's why I said somebody correct me.
Sure.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
So, Earth Q.
Yeah.
Like he's still watching it.
Yeah.
But we get a cut in of like the creation of Superman still.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Yeah, it's like the creators are. It's
like it would
you know what it
happen.
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Bugs Bunny thing with the Daffy Duck. Where they're on the paper or whatever, and they're interacting with the actual artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing it oddly like does to me too,
and that's Warner Brothers as well.
Oh, that is very much true.
Yeah.
The thing it does like for me that I enjoy too is it's like honestly like, it would still be like created no matter what.
Yeah, sure.
Like the like
sure.
it's like a myth in a way, kind of a sense.
Yeah.
So like it's still.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's how I took it.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Anyway, he ends as I'm a
and then he dies.
Mess. Yep, and that's it. No,
and the whole thing's over.
That's
all right,
it. No,
it's great.
But and
See
he
ya.
goes into Clark Kent. I love that on his like last will and testament. He goes into Clark Kent, the mild-mannered reporter who never let me. Forget how it feels.
Yeah.
To be a downtrodden everyman. I leave the headline of the century, and it's just Superman's dead.
Wow.
And so that's where issue 10 ends.
Yeah. And then you get a
Oddly
bunch of
enough,
Clark
these
Kent
last
watching
two
it.
issues,
Yeah.
we'll probably be able to breeze through a little bit quicker.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Superman
sort of.
died.
We start with Lex Luthor, and I'm sure everybody loved the sniffles there. We start with Lex Luthor, who is now going to the electric chair. He's going to die, just capital punishment. I love he has something in his hand there. As you see, he's like handed it off, and it looks like somebody's about to like pocketing it.
Yeah.
And they go to electrocute Lex Luthor, and he's still alive.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you morons, you knuckle-dragging Neanderthals, is what he tells them. The last perfect cocktail you allowed me to drink contained a pre-programmed shape-shifting molecule I designed. I just drank a 24-hour superpower serum, and that'll be Mr. Luthor to you.
Wow.
So, remember the super serum
Yeah.
that Lois had earlier?
I do.
Luthor has now given himself some, and he just uses it to obliterate a prison guard, to break out of his chair. They're shooting him, like the bullets are bouncing off of him. And I love that, where is it? Oh, Superman is like cleaning his zoo pit, like after that Sun Eater that he went to take out there.
Yeah.
He's just cleaning everything off, and he has to like drench it with fire, which I just thought was kind of funny, just to clean it all off.
It is funny. Yeah.
But he has a moment where he's like weak, and he's about to like, pass out and steady, and one of the Superman robots has to like, catch him for a bit.
Right.
And Superman's like, yeah, no, I'm really like, the breakdown's starting to happen faster than I think. The end's near, and I have to kind of like stay alive enough to finish all these final tasks that I have here for humanity before I'm gone. And he's like, that's why I needed your help, Robot 7. And he tells him like, hey, like, what he tells him? He tells him something about the zoo, like taking care of the animals in the zoo there on their cube Earth. He tells him about, to make sure to display like Zabaro's poetry that he has there. That he goes, "What a life I've traveled across." Where he goes? Oh, he's still writing all of his. We get the tail end of him writing the last, not dissertation, but the end of his will and testament at the end there. But he's getting ready for one last. He has a new costume he's changing into, and he has another task that he needs to go deal with. We see Luthor essentially has now escaped prison, and he's back in one of his layers.
Look at all
The
those
girl
suits
from
he
earlier.
has.
Yeah, it's all the ones from all just different times throughout his, different. And you'll see a raptor suit back there too, or his power suit.
Yeah.
Remember the girl who kind of like almost busted him out, but didn't, like, from earlier?
Yeah.
It's his niece, we come to find out.
Oh, okay.
I can never say
He
her
has
name.
family?
It's Nathaniel. Remember?
Nathaniel.
I can never get it right. But remember the glowing thing that Quintum saw? That he's like, oh, it looks like it'll be a problem for Superman.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that it's a tyrant son, and that is what is. It's a very mouthy, like, Superman, face the tyrant son, scourge of the world. Like, that's just how I imagine it talks. But
mean ass son.
Yeah, he has equipped himself with that new suit that he wears.
I love how you say tyrant son, and I'm supposed to just go, yeah, okay. It's a tyrant son, sure.
Suspend all disbelief on this one, Mike. We get that cut in with, Lex talking with his niece and essentially telling her, like, I don't need any of this stuff. Like, I have superpowers. Use whatever you want to, but, whatever. Let me go out here and, work on, I don't know what he says. He goes, you always pay attention. Oh, he goes, pay attention. He loses his power under red sunlight. Like, come watch this. And that's the thing. They go outside, and all of Earth right now is red. See, the tyrant sun is giving off red sunlight. This is part of Luthor's plan. This is Luthor's last double cross, as he worked a deal with the tyrant sun. Okay?
God
we come to find out.
How do you reach out to a tyrant son?
I don't know. I do not know.
Is that a Craigslist thing? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
It's like Farmers R Us, but with tyrant sons.
Just check the almanac.
Yeah. So he takes all the Superman army, or the Superman robots with him, except one who is left to guard the fortress. He leaves the key behind. And he's like, knowing that they're not going to come back, kind of in a way.
Right.
But one robot's left there forever. And they go to kind of leave to go battle the tyrant son. Come, and, he's yelling at him, come, Superman, come die. Is how I imagine he's doing it.
Sure.
See, like, they're too late. I kill your son and you.
Oh, it's like the Eye of Sauron or
kind
whatever, right?
Like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah. So we get a battle between the Superman robots and Superman and this tyrant son. And Superman gets the idea, hey, remember I had that Sun Eater?
Yeah.
I can use that Sun Eater from earlier.
Yeah, okay.
And he does. And he's like, no, you go back to your own kind. Go back. And he's like, what are you talking about? What's this abomination? And he's like, the natural enemy of the living solar computer, tyrant son, meet Sun Eater. And he essentially releases the Sun Eater on the tyrant son and gives him a nice Superman punch to his tyrant son eye. And you think, oh, they're going to defeat it. But no, with this like surge of energy, you see the Sun Eater just kind of, incinerates completely around him. And that enrages Superman. You're going to kill him. You killed him. And he's essentially like riding the sun down as he's just punching away. As you see About that time, Lex's niece is trying to take over Metropolis in a tank as Jimmy and Lex are sitting there.
Sure.
And the tyrant sun crashes finally into
But wasn't the tyrant sun the
Metropolis.
one providing the red?
It was covering the regular sun, so he couldn't get light.
Oh, okay. So now it's
sun.
not covering the
Now
regular
it's not
sun.
covering,
I got
and it's landed.
Okay, all right.
And he's like, I need everyone to take cover now is the first thing he says
Yeah.
as soon as it lands. And he's like, by the 24th century, he's talking to the tyrant sun. He goes, I'm told you've been rehabilitated to work with humanity instead of against them. Rehabilitation begins right here, Solaris, is what he's telling him. Like he's trying to reason with the sun. And he goes, there's a way for everyone's heart, or to everyone's heart, and I can see yours. And he goes, mercy. And he goes, you will live. And we just get like a little like explosion still. And now the remnant shells of the tyrant sun.
You know, there are certain things that you can say in songs that would not make sense if you just said it out loud, right?
Yeah.
So like to do run, to do run, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? You don't just walk down the street and say that. People will think you're insane. The fact that you just said he's talking to the tyrant's son, you know what I'm saying? That's only something you could say in comic books.
I do run, I do run down.
Yeah.
Do run.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, and specifically like Superman. I don't know. Maybe a tyrant sun appears in Green Lantern. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. Since we're gonna kind of take a break from Superman, maybe I focus a lot on Green Lantern for you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, aren't you excited about that?
Super excited.
So
Superman excited.
Lex's niece is sitting there and she's like, all right, now run and tell everybody that today is the first day of a new world, a world without Superman. Like, you know, this is a new time. He was taken out by the tyrant sun. We're in charge now. And Clark Kent shows up. We see him at the Daily Planet as he's running through and he's exhausted. Mm-hmm. And they're like, a cat as they walk by. Oh, Perry goes, great Caesar's ghost. What's going on? Look at you, man. You look terrible. And Cat notices as he walks by, because he's not drawn all hunched over and weak now.
Yeah, sure.
And she's like, oh, he looks actually kind of buff as like he runs by. She goes, Clark, I've never seen you in the office when there's trouble before. Like, this is odd. And he's like, well, something's wrong. I witnessed the whole thing, Perry. I have tomorrow's big headline. Saw it all, wrote the thing, boom. And he collapses as he's trying to pull up the story that he wrote about Superman's death there on his laptop. Mm-hmm. And about that time, as they all go to attend to Clark, there's a giant explosion, and Lex stands there and tells them that Clark is the least of your worries. As we now head into our conclusion in the final episode, or final issue here, of All-Star Superman.
Man, Superman with
issue
a
12.
gun.
It is. It's a
That
gravity
is
gun.
weird.
So we get this. That's Jor-El, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Kal-El. It's father talking to a grown-up son as they're flying through, and he essentially is telling him, he's like, hold on, like, I don't know how I'm talking to you. I know that, like, the planet exploded. There's no way.
Yeah.
And Jor-El tells him, no, you're right. Like, essentially, I'm dead. But the thing is like, was energy, like, essentially, you never quit, like, dying. You move on, and you become, like, a part, and you exist kind of, you know, like, somewhere else, and you add to that.
Right.
That's what he tells him. Like, he tells him, you died defending humankind against the tyrant sun Solaris after your prior toxic overdose. The 29 wonders of Krypton and your shining cities were all lost, Kal-El. He's like, but he tells him, like, consider the whole civilization of Superman reduced to dust. Where does he sit there? And he goes into it. But, like, he breaks down, Kryptonian cell structure adapted over millennia to store energy from our dim red sun. You know, your body is undergoing a mutation, a conversion to solar radio consciousness. Like, you're essentially turning into, like, you're moving from this world into the other, but you still exist in, like, a form there. You're moving on to your next meaning in life, essentially, is what he's telling him.
Energy never dies kind of thing. Yeah.
And it's like, you can choose to do this. He's like, here's your choice. It's simple. To remain at play within the field of living fluid consciousness, or to turn and face down evil one last time, is what his father tells him there. And we cut back to Lex Luthor hovering and
I don't like that face.
over Clark Kent there at the Daily Planet. Perry White tells him, the truth sent you to the chair, Luthor. He's like, you're right. And funny, I don't see the truth anywhere around you right now. I mean, what color is it? Can I touch it? You know? Nah, I didn't think so. And
he's a dick.
He is. And Lois, like, tells him to stop. And she goes, I know what that power that you have is like. Like, I felt that artificial rush, that clarity of super senses. Like, use it, please. Just think for a minute, Lex. And Jimmy's like, you're right. Like, have that set in. And he's sitting there, and while he's telling him to have, like, Jimmy's telling him to let that sit in, you see Lex, like, playing with his ear, and he goes, oh, my goodness, will you turn that darn ultrasonic watch off? That he's too, is like, Jimmy, quit with the damn watch, buzzing it all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, you, Miss Lane, all right, fine. You're an ambitious girl, and I'm sure we can find some room for you in my outfit for a propaganda spokesman then. Like, he is not listening to anything. We get cutbacks to Clark or Kal-El talking to his dad there. And he tells them, you have given them an ideal about being Superman, to aspire to embody their highest aspirations. They will race and stumble and fall to crawl and curse, and finally they will join you in the sun, Kal-El. And in that time you will no longer be alone. And he's like, but my life, and he goes, for Krypton it was always too late, but the best of us, the golden us, survived in you. And he goes, all that is impure will be burned to ash, and all that is strong and great and true will survive and be reborn. And he's like, Father, not me. And you get like a red sun explosion, and he like comes back kind of to life as Steve Lombard, Beck Bennett's character, is over him like, come on, Clark, I'm sorry for everything I've ever done to you, all the tricks. I always, love, like, he's like trying to beat him back, get him back to consciousness.
Beck Bennett was great at that.
Oh, he was. And Lex is just like, idiot, and uses his like super breath to blow him off. And like Clark wakes up and he goes, you don't
He did his super breath to do what?
I think I said blow Clark off. I did.
Blow him off.
Yeah. Who says that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
The cheaper ones.
Yeah. Lex is taking care of everybody. And Superman finally stands up there and goes, hey, I think maybe you should stop threatening my friends and everyone else for that matter. Don't you think you're maybe a little too unstable for that kind of power you're packing? And Lex is like, can't. All right, so the worm grows a spine to impress the girl over there. I always knew you had to think for Lois.
Sure.
He goes, but what is this? Like, what's this you're trying to hide over there? I see you over there. What is that? And it's a gravity gun. And that's what he tells him. And he shoots it. And it kind of like knocks Luthor back because he's not expecting it. He gets a costume from Jimmy. I'm assuming that Jimmy knows. He goes, we're always,
Jimmy just walks around with a bunch of
Jimmy
costumes.
goes, I guess, he goes, we're always keep a spare. Nice disguise, Superman. I guess you've been keeping the real Clark Kent in your fortress all this time, right? And Clark goes, Clark's safe, Jimmy. Like, I guess like Jimmy's trying to be like, I knew you were pretending
he's trying to cover for him,
Yeah. And he goes, leave me to Luthor. And he takes and he changes into the costume. But he's
like, I don't freaking care at this point.
Yeah, he's too weak to really battle him, so all he has is the gun. And Luthor's trying to, get back up. He's like, can't, as he, like a truck crashes into him, kind of.
Yeah.
And you see the driver, like, shoot out over him. And he stands up and he goes, there's an amazing idea. I should be riding these. Like, he's having epiphanies as he's sitting, because he's, like, overtaken with all this heightened senses. And every time, as he's using his X-ray vision to kind of find him, Superman's using like the lead because he knows that he can't see through lead.
Right.
And he tells him that. He's like, oh, come on, I'm going to find you eventually. Stop hiding. And he goes, Superman, where are you? Did you ever think that this would be how it ends, huh? And I think he shoots him one more time with the gravity gun. He goes, as a matter of fact, I had this whole thing paced out to end pretty much exactly like this, Lex. I've suspected your involvement since Robot 7's malfunctions during preparation of my exogene skeleton. And as you know, I've had to confiscate some of the galaxy's deadly weapons, including this one. See how you're working 50 times harder to stay in the air? Because you see like Luthor trying to land, and it leaves like a crunch in the ground. Yeah. And he goes, but that's not why I chose the gravity gun. And he's like, And he sits there and he punches him down below the street, essentially into the subway. And they crash into the subway and they're fighting back and forth. And you get the Lex Luthor. He's like, no, damn you. If I die, you die first. Like, that's all Lex cares about.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, that's it. No more tricks. No more. And he grabs Superman by the cape and he drags him up through the like stairs up to the street there for everybody to see Superman. And it's like, I'm going to let everybody see me kind of take care of Superman finally there in front of him. And he throws him down on the street. And as they're sitting there, he kind of is telling her like his niece is like, you heard him. This is the science year 0. When we're putting these traitors on trial, like she's like, everybody, this is our world, like new world order for us, all the Luthors. And she's going off and he's like, yes, Lex Luthor is spectacular today. And he goes, no, you look, where is it? You look weird. Oh, not as weird as you look, sweetheart. Because she goes, Lexi, are you sure you're working? Like, you're feeling okay? And he's like, no, you look weird. Or she goes, you look weird. And he's not as you look, sweetheart. I see across the entire electromagnetic spectrum. And he's like going on these things. He's like, Einstein failed to unify like the gravitational force with the other 3, but he had no experience of these. Like, he's just kind of starting to see, like, honestly, like atoms and molecules. Like, he's seeing everything.
Sure.
The way Superman sees everything.
Yeah.
It's my favorite panel.
But he's only got 24 hours, right?
Well, yeah. But he's like, he sees everything Superman's seen, and he has this moment, this kind of realization.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's so obvious. I can see and hear and feel it and taste it. He's like, the fundamental forces are all like yoked by a single thought. And his niece is kind of looking at him like, Lexi?
Yeah, he's going nuts.
How do I get this hat to work? And he's like, it's thought controlled. Huh. Sorry, these new senses, I can actually see the machinery and like the wires connected and separating everything since it all began.
Yeah.
I love this line.
Yeah.
And he tells him, this is how he sees it all the time, every day.
Yeah.
Like it's just all us and here together. And we're all we've got.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So, and like it's Lex Luthor's realization.
Yeah.
Kind of that like he's been wrong.
Well, he's seeing through Superman's eyes, basically, yeah.
But it's like that he's been wrong this whole time.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing.
And so it's like, and he grabs his niece, like,
Yeah.
he's like, oh,
like almost shaking her,
he's like, you're
shaking her
by
into
this.
it, yeah.
And she's like, Uncle Lex, you're embarrassing me. Like, like, are you okay? Like, well, this is beyond therapy. And he's like, I and she's like, no, what he's trying to tell you is, or articulate, is how gravity warps time and how I forced his metabolism to articulate to accelerate to compensate. He's trying to tell you that his 24 hours of power just ran out. And that's when he goes, you were right, Lex. Brain beats brawn.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Told you.
Wow.
As he sucks Lex in the face. And Lex is like, no. You're supposed to be dead. Like, I had this time now. Like, I'm this genius. Like, how did this work? He's like, and you think that I'd be stupid enough not to make more? And Superman's just like, you mean this? Like, he's taking it from him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He goes, I saw how to save the world. I could have made everyone see it. I could have saved the world if it wasn't for you. And Superman punches him. Kind of like knocks him out.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells him, you could have saved the world a long time ago if it mattered to you, Luthor.
That's exactly, that's how I feel about a lot of billionaires. Honestly, yeah.
And Lois runs out there, and they have a nice kind of embrace, and she's like, oh, your face, like, you're like, and he goes, if I hadn't fatally overdosed on my sunlight, like, I wouldn't have the power to attempt this final feat, because what he has to do is the sun is broken now, essentially, because of the tyrant sun.
Yeah.
So it needs, like, a jump start. So as Superman is dying and is going to kind of turn from Superman into super energy, his last feat, as he is,
needs to go restart the sun.
And so he gives Lois one last kiss as he like takes off into the air. And she's like, I love you, Superman, as he flies off.
Yeah.
And that's it. We just see them like looking as she's holding his cape as he kind of like catches fire as he leaves.
And he reignites
Earth,
the sun.
Atmosphere, and he goes in there.
Amazing.
Then we get like sometime later, Jimmy via jetpack, because that's how Jimmy Olsen does.
Sure.
Comes and lands and is like, Miss Lane, you sure you don't want to say something at Superman's memorial service? It's been a whole year since he disappeared, and thousands of people just turned out to pay respects. This felt very much, in a way, kind of like a nod to, remember the Alan Moore story, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
Yeah. Where
they do the story with Lois covering, whatever happened to Superman? And she's like, Superman's not dead. Like, we published that headline just kind of as a warning to be carried back through time. Like, maybe some people still believe it, but I know. Like, I know he's up there.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, she's staring at the sun.
And she's like, when he fixes it, like, he'll be back.
Yeah.
When he's done, like, he'll come.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's just kind of like, okay, like, you know, nods to her.
Sure.
And we see like the celebration of the memorial service, like birds and balloons, and it closes.
Oh, there you go.
With a picture of that.
Wow.
And that is, I take that back. Sorry. Then we see Leo Quintum as they've left. I forgot. As it's like the after credit scene.
Yeah.
As they've left the like the memorial service, and they're headed there, and he's like, "Oh, wonderful ceremony. Disalarmingly moving, actually. Even Luthor seemed to find some closure in the face of renewed global calls for his execution. He seems so faded, so small now that he finally got his dearest wish." Like that now that Superman's gone. Like,
yeah,
he's
that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, he has nobody to fight.
Exactly.
You know, he has
And
no
he's like-
nemesis.
He goes, "A world without Superman, there's a challenge to human integrity. We all have to make sure it gets taken care of." And like she's just like, "But what if Superman never returns? Like, what then, Mr. Quintum?" And he goes, "I wouldn't worry too much about that day, Agatha. Now that we know how it's done, I think we'll think of something." Because vials that he, gave them for his DNA, they have made they're working on a new Superman to take over. And that is where All-Star Superman ends. So there you go.
That's a really great story.
It is. Yeah. So I did call it a masterpiece, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what a masterpiece is, more so than I do on this stuff.
But thank you guys.
It was great, though.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
it's
And
very
we got
good.
to cover it then. We do this now. We, just to give you a little heads up of what's coming up next week, Mike has to get some stuff taken care of.
I got some surgery.
He does. He'll look different when we finally do an episode when we come back. But what we're going to do then,
I'll look different. That's so weird.
you're going to have a neck brace.
I'm going to have a neck brace. Yeah. I'm going to have my neck work done.
What?
We got a neckectomy.
Yeah. But so we're going to take next week off then to give him a little bit of time to recover. He'll be out. And, but what we're going to do, since, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Superman movie, but you should know, it's already been the second movie they've announced.
Exactly. Yeah,
Supergirl is in it.
problem at this
and
point.
the movie that they're going to, or the book they're going to adapt for it is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. We have covered it. It is one of my top.
It was very,
comics
very
ever.
good. Yeah,
Mike
it was very
loves
good.
it. I love it.
I liked it a lot.
I think it deserves to be, thrown
I
out
love
there.
being prepped for it.
Yes,
It's really nice.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
And so when we saw her, I was like, oh, that feels like her. That does feel like her. I also read, I'll tell you this while.
She a drunk.
Yeah, so we're going to play, they're going to tweak it for the movie. It's not going to be exactly like this. But so for next Monday and Wednesday, we're going to be part 1 and part 2 because we broke it up into 2 parts.
Very
we're
nice.
going to rerun that. I might record a new open, not like there's me just saying hey, here's what it is. Or I might just release that as. I don't know, you have to wait and see. But also, it depends on how busy I am. But also,
A lot of options.
what I wanted to add is I did read that originally in Tom King's pitch, I saw somebody say that he had Lobo in there from the beginning as the Rooster Cogburn type character.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll wait and see how much
You're
Momoa
going to
we're
get
getting.
Lobo. Yeah, you're going to
I know
get
we're going to get him
Lobo. That's
some.
all
I
there
was
is to
hoping
it.
we wouldn't get him a lot. Not a lot. I know we're going to get him some, but I want
gonna get a lot of
20 minutes of
Lobo.
Lobo. I want Lobo like we got Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner and stuff like that. Like,
Just
I'm cool
show
with
up,
that
do your
amount of
thing, and
Lobo.
leave. Yeah.
But I know we're going to get more than that. Anyway, just because they can't make a Supergirl movie where it's just Supergirl and then Ruthie and Krim. People
People
know
are
that.
very excited for it, though.
People
there was
love Lobo, so they are going to try
No,
to
what
get
I'm
a
saying
pick
is
off
the
of that, too.
Supergirl thing. It there's just an image that came out today.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Because they took the original Superman, the
Look Up.
and she spray painted over
says
the
look
up,
out.
which is out, and she's
Yeah.
leaning up against there, just drinking a Slurpee. She's very much punk rock.
Yeah.
As punk rock as Superman is for being kind, she is going to be punk rock and independent and in your face and fun.
It's going to be fun.
That's the thing, is there is nothing that hits, even when we get to the first issue of where, big time spoiler alert, where they, attack Crypto.
Yeah.
And she just goes berserk.
Oh, she goes insane.
Of you think I give a damn about swords and arrows? I'm in, Supergirl. It's great.
I don't know that I ever would have been excited about a Supergirl movie.
But now we are. It's a lot better than the one in the 80s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm going off of that, right?
Yeah.
And so this one I'm very excited for, though.
Yeah. All right, so that's what you have to look forward to next week. And then we'll come back with new stuff that's not Superman. We're going to take a break from Superman for a while. So you don't have to worry about that.
All Superman, all the time.
And we're going to be probably some fun, dumb, and silly stuff for a while. to close us
Yay!
out, too.
Fun, dumb, and silly.
Yeah, but all right. Thank you guys, as always, for taking the time out to watch and listen.
Yep.
Make sure to check out Rogue Media Network and all the great other podcasts on the Rogue Media family.
RogueMediaNetwork.com. I hit you too early, sorry.
No, that's fine.
All right.
And until next time,
Stay safe, everybody.
Golly con.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.